Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. When I opened the front door that evening, I honestly thought I had walked into the opening scene of a romantic drama. Candlelight glowed softly along the hallway, casting warm shadows on the walls. Rose petals, deep red, fresh and expensive, formed a trail all the way to the dining room. A slow, gentle melody drifted from the speakers, and the air smelled of vanilla mixed with a sweet floral scent. For a few seconds I let myself relax. After the brutal day I'd had, this felt like the kind of surprise every tired soul dreams of. But then I saw it. An envelope. It sat perfectly centered on the dining table beside a champagne glass and a linen napkin folded with the kind of care Parker always used. Resting on top was a single rose and a handwritten note. For when you're done smiling. My smile vanished instantly. My heartbeat didn't quicken from excitement, it pounded from dread. I reached for the envelope with trembling fingers. Inside was a thick stack of stapled pages. At first I thought it was a letter. Then I saw the top page. A printed screenshot. My message. To someone who was not my boyfriend. My knees nearly buckled as I dropped into a chair. Page after page, it was all there. Every playful message, every flirty reply, every photo that only looked innocent, if you were trying very hard to lie to yourself. He had printed everything. Organized it. Highlighted it. My lungs felt tight. The room felt smaller. And the worst part? The whole mess was already over. 2 months over. It had been a stupid, reckless fling, a guy I'd met at a bachelorette party. One drunken night turned into a couple weeks of flirting and one more horrible mistake. I cut it off when guilt started clawing at me. I convinced myself that ending it made me responsible, that if Parker never knew then the damage didn't count. But Parker knew. The door behind me clicked. I turned. He stood there, arms folded, expression unreadable. No shouting. No tears. Just a quiet, suffocating disappointment. If you were going to lie to me every day, he said evenly, you might as well walk through a lie on your way home. He nodded at the candles, the roses, this beautiful, twisted staging. Parker. My voice cracked. Don't, he said. I've seen everything. I know dates, times, things you probably forgot. I stared down at the stack again, praying there was something I could justify. But there wasn't. Every line felt like a confession I hadn't meant to write. He walked to the table and picked up the champagne glass. I was going to propose this month, he said quietly. The ring's been in my drawer for 3 weeks. That sentence shattered something inside me. I ended it, I whispered, desperate. It meant nothing. It was just texting, he finished sharply. And sex. Twice. I felt myself freeze. You read all of it? Everything. His voice didn't shake, which somehow hurt more. And you lied for months. I had nothing. No excuse. No version of the story that made me look like anything other than what I was. You know what hurts the most? He continued. Not the cheating. Not the lies. But realizing you became a person I didn't even recognize. Shame burned in my chest. How long have you known? I whispered. 3 weeks, he said. You left your iPad unlocked while you showered. I felt sick. I remembered that day. I'd been laughing in the bathroom, completely unaware he was watching my entire world crumble in real time. At first I thought it was a mistake, he said. Then I kept finding more. Tears streamed down my face, unstoppable. I know I ruined everything. But I love you, Parker. I never stopped. That's the problem, he said softly. You think love cancels out betrayal. I stepped toward him, but he backed away. I'll do anything, I begged. Therapy, boundaries, whatever you want. I'm not negotiating, he said. I just wanted to watch the moment you realized it was over. His words hit like ice poured straight down my spine. You didn't even let me explain. You lived in your lie for 2 months, he snapped. You had every chance to confess. You didn't. He walked to the door, grabbed his bag and opened it. I'm staying at my brother's. You have the weekend to decide where you're going. The apartment's yours now. That was Parker, controlled, calm, even while walking away from a future he once wanted. I followed him, choking on the last pieces of hope I had. I didn't want to lose you. Then you shouldn't have gambled with me, he said quietly. And then he was gone. I collapsed to the floor, surrounded by flickering candles and dying roses, clutching a stack of pages that described a version of me I wished I'd never become. The silence that followed wasn't soothing. It felt like punishment. 4 days I drifted around the apartment, staring at my phone, waiting for a message that never came. I wrote him letters. I drove to his brother's house once, but he wouldn't come out. Eventually I stopped trying. A week later, a small white box arrived in the mail. No name. No return address. Inside was the engagement ring he'd bought. Simple. Beautiful. Forever. And a note. You were worth forever. You just didn't think I was. That was the last thing Parker ever said to me. I've replayed everything in my head 1,000 times. And the truth always hurts the same way. Those 2 stupid nights, those flirty messages, none of it was worth losing the one person who had been real. Now, every time I see candles or roses, I don't think of romance. I think of the night Parker showed me, in the most painfully poetic way possible, exactly who I'd turned into. Someone who didn't deserve the forever he had planned. Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers.